He's really good.
It's already done, Dad.
We did.
Dad, it was taken care of.
Good. I'm really good. Thank you. Thank you.
Me? Yes. I was like
It's my brain.
just hovering around. Oh, believe me, I look in the mirror sometimes to scare myself. Were you? Oh.
What?
I need my phone. I need the phone. There's the
Oh.
note from.
Do you want to go? Adrian will go.
Is the door unlocked?
It's in
Is
the.
the door unlocked, honey?
Alan, you want
Oh, it's in.
No.
We all drove together.
I keep thinking. Here you go. And that should have been locked.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Hi, Uncle Alan.
It's in the back seat in the glove compartment.
I'm right here. Black seat glove compartment. Got it.
In the. We were sitting.
Yep. Gotcha. Oh, I thought they were.
No, I think they just.
I thought they were cigarettes. Actually. Yeah, I said the same thing. Yeah, there's somebody.
No, I have some.
Oh.
Hi,
Hi, Uncle. Uncle Alan. Hello.
Oh, gotta go up there.
Yo.
Really? Oh, this is
Oh, wait. I understand.
No, there isn't any. There's a bench too.
Oh, no, it's just we learned in Jay.
Well, I found the polo to go under.
I definitely found your
It's actually
jacket.
perfect, right?
Dorothy.
It's gorgeous.
These are jackets be gone.
It's gorgeous.
Yes, these are one of like three of them.
They're all nurses.
And I like the shit.
Yeah, by your
The dark
Ladies and gentlemen, the rabbi has begun.
Yeshev b'seter el yom, b'tzel shadei yiklonam. Omar la'Adonai machsil mitzurati Elohai v'tachko. Ki hu yitzocha mipach yakush, midever chavayot be'evrato, yisach lach, v'techad kenafet tichisa, tzina v'tzochi ra'amito. Lo tira mipachad laila, v'cheitu uf yomam, midever ba'ofa yeholoch, miketev yeshut zohoraim. Yikom izdacha elef rabava miminecha, elecha lo yigash. Rak be'enecha tabit, v'shilumat risha'im tir'eh. Ki ata Adonai machziel yom, samta ma'avonecha. Lo tena elecha, v'nega lo yikrav bohalecha. Ki melochav yitzabelach, l'shmercha b'chol drachecha. Al kapayim yisunecha pen tigof be'eben raglecha, al shachal b'petin tidroch. Cherumos kapir v'tanim, ki v'choshach v'achlatehu asrabehu ki yada shemi. Yifre'eni v'nehu imo anochi v'tzara, achlatzehu v'achladehu orachim yimas v'ehu, v'yorehu b'shuati, orachim yimas v'ehu, v'yorehu b'shuati. Al mekomo yavo v'shalom, hatzor tamim pa'alo ki kol drachav mishpat, el emunah v'yein avel tzadik v'yesharhu. Mi Omar mi tafal shashalit b'mativ ma'al, yemi t'mechaye mo'it b'shov ya'al. Adamim ben shanahiyah, or elef shani mechiyah, ma yitron lo kolo hayahiyah, baruch dayan ha'emet, memi t'mechaye. Gadol ha'etza v'rav ha'oliyah, asher necha puchukot al kol drachei v'nei adam. D'tet le'ish kedracha v'chli prema alav, la'gi ki yashar Adonai tzuriva lo v'latabo. Adonai Natan, v'Adonai Lakach, v'hi Shem Adonai Mevorach. V'hu rachum yechaper avon v'lo yashchit, v'yerpeh lashiva po v'yi'er kol chamato. The dust returns to the earth as it was, but the soul returns unto God who gave it. May the soul of Jon Borak be bound up in the bond of life, send comfort to those born, grant strength to those whose burden is sorrow, O God, our refuge and our Redeemer, and let us say, Amen. Adonai Natan, v'Adonai Lakach, v'Hishem Adonai Mevorach. God has given, and God has taken away. Praise be the name of God. We come together to pay final tribute to Jon S. Borak, son of the late Carl and Jeanette, brother of the late Nancy and the late Linda, uncle to Jill and Leslie, Jill and Jay, Leslie and David, Abby and Lenny, Julie, Alex, Dana, and Eric, and great uncle to Craig, Heather, Rachel, Michael, Adrian, Alyssa, Sam, and Bennett. To pay their final respects, I believe we have 2 family members that are going to be speaking this afternoon. Okay, however many people want. I just wasn't sure. Anybody that would, in the family, that would like to speak? 3, okay. So whoever's going to begin.
Rabbi.
Again, with the best description, John, not a long eulogy would be to say, John, there was a song written for John. It's called My Way. Did it my way. Okay? It was written for Frank Sinatra, but to say it was written for John. We're not going to say that John was the warmest person in the world, but he was still a nice guy. And what I'm going to say is I want to thank his friends in Florida. I want to thank Liz, who's been with him for many, 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 many years. And they spent many, many, many good times together. I want to thank Michelle, who is, has been great to him. She looked after him like he was a sick brother, okay? And they talked every single day. I want to thank his boyfriend over here, who has been a great friend to him since he's been in high school. And I want to thank his cousins and 2 sons who have a long history with him since he was in high school. Okay, names that just slipped out of my mouth. Okay, Mr. Dasco. And I have a little note here from Joan and Steve from Tucson. Steve and John were first cousins, but they were great buddies. Steve writes, Joan writes, Joan and I were completely in shock when we heard of John's passing. We will miss him. He made us laugh till we meet up on the flip side, hopefully not too soon. We love you, Joan and Steve. That's it. Thank you. No, do you want to say something, Liz? And
Yeah.
then Steve wants to say a few words.
Are you ready?
I have to go back home.
Oh, God forbid.
What?
Wait, that would be bad.
Others wanted me to say a few words. I was fine until now. John, I love you, and will always love you. Even with all your quirks, you made life interesting with your love of life, desire to travel, and your sweet, sensitive soul. Sorry. Although you would never want to sit near kids at restaurants, you will never be forgotten. Trust me, we had a loving relationship which developed into a wonderful friendship. I hope you are resting in peace. All my love, Liz.
Sure.
I've been a friend of John's for over 5 decades. We were
members of a high school football team together. And I have fond memories of John. He was truly a sensitive, gentle soul. He contributed much to the Battered Women's Associations. He didn't have a mean bone in his body. He really meant well. He did have some quirks, but we'll all miss him. He was thoroughly enjoyable, at times unbelievably amusing, and I think about him frequently. I wish him peace and eternity. Thank you.
Sir, can you tell everyone what your name is?
I'm Steve Draska. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
One of the traditions at a Jewish burial is to participate in the burial of a loved one by shoveling in 3 shovelfuls of dirt in the grave, and then just leaving the shovel lying on the pile of dirt so that the next person can pick up the shovel and take this mitzvah upon themselves. If anyone would prefer not to participate, you can just stay under the tent, but I would ask you, if you're going to talk, to just talk quietly, because this is a part of the ritual. And then when everybody that has had the chance to participate has done it, we will come back together to conclude the service. Before we do that, there was an online condolence that was sent to the funeral home. So this is from Nancy Williams. John and I were partners in our real estate business at Luxury Homes from about 1996 to 2010. Not sure of the exact dates. Even though I had moved to Fairhope, Alabama in 2015 and then to Nashville, we still kept in touch. I cannot believe John is no longer here. He was my most unforgettable character. You would always know how he felt because he would just say it. I love the honesty and the humor. He made me laugh a lot and taught me some Yiddish words that I still use. He actually gave me a book of Yiddish phrases, and I laughed my tuchus off. John was always very kind to me. I consider him to be one of my very best friends. I will add some pictures when I get home. And there will never be another. I loved John. There will never be another like him. And my sympathies to the family. You can now proceed with the burial, and you can step to either side.
I don't know. Why don't you wait?
No, I'm not going to.
See how you. Yeah, I'm not sure I can let go of my cane.
Hello.
How are you?
Careful, there's a bit of a dip or depression here.
You okay?
How's Stuart?
A jar? Are you going back?
Careful.
You'll be better, sir, to go on that side. Okay, that'll work too.
Yeah, right, you have to carry me too. Easy walking right here. I have enough trouble walking on a straight street.
Make your problem worse. Rabbi, tell me about your children.
Oh, yes.
She just made it very clear we're not supposed to talk during this time.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, yeah, look at this. Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Walk too quick.
Neither can I.
Yeah, and you can yell it, so I don't cross with the college credits.
Right?
Little funky. Levels.
Yeah, be careful. You have high shoes on.
I
Ooh.
obviously don't know the time.
No.
Oh, I thought they were heels. That's high for me too. I'm strictly Allegria and Birkenstock.
That's it.
Oh, this is the first time I think I put earrings in. Mine barely
I
went in.
wanted mom to be.
I could barely get one. Bob, this one's in. Oh, this one is. I mean, I haven't done yours. We went out to Dave said, don't feel so bad.
We have another post from Steve Hoffman. Deepest condolences from Ellen and Steve Hoffman. John was full of life and very entertaining. Seinfeld could have made a show about him. Rest in peace. So sorry to see you go. Now continue. Outlay. Rapidly. Please rise if you're able. El Malay Rachamim, Shohain Gemeromin, Hamatse Menucha Nechona Tachat Knifei Shechina, the Malot Shema Taharim, Zahir Havikia, Mesirim et Nishmat, Shalach Olamo. Dan Eden Behe Menuchato, Ana Baal Harachamim, Esrich Beseter Knifachel Olamim, Esror B'Torachem et Nishmato, Adonai Hinachato, V'yamot B'Shalom, Al Mishkavol, Amen, Amen. O God, exalted and full of compassion, grant perfect peace in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure, to the soul of John who has gone to his eternal home. God of mercy, I beseech you, remember all the worthy and righteous deeds he performed in the land of the living. May his soul be bound up in the bond of life. That is his portion. Now rest in peace, and let us all say, Amen. We now continue with Kaddish, which is now on the back page of Yitkadal, V'yikadash, Shemei Rabba, V'yalma, Divrach, V'yirutei, V'yamith, Malchutei, V'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chayerachol Beit Yisrael, V'agalat, V'yizman, Karib, V'yiru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba, M'barach, Le'olam, U'me'omaya. Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shmei v'kudisha b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushvachata v'nechamata damiran v'yalma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'imrama v'kuya asa shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael. Traditional words of comfort, Komin Achanachem, V'to Traveles Yom Yerushalayim. May God comfort you among those that mourn in Zion and Jerusalem. This concludes the service.